This is Liz Colburn, host of Invited. Thanks for checking out the following podcast on Public House Media.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Your Life Matters podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Mariah White, and I am a passionate pediatric nurse practitioner and fired up health and happiness coach, here to deliver a message to you. This podcast is meant to provide a hope and a dream that fuels your soul to dream big and to dream bold and to inspire and empower you to live out your wildest freaking dreams and to grab a hold onto the unwavering truth that you were made for more. What's up, guys? Happy Tuesday. I'm so grateful you're here. Seriously, podcasts right now are through the roof. I thought for sure podcasts were going to just go down and plummet, but everything is showing the opposite. People who have always wanted to become a podcaster or put podcasts out there or create content are doing the things that they need to right now to learn. So if you are listening to this episode and you're like, Mariah, I would love to figure out and pick your brain on how to create a podcast, that is why you need to go over to www.borntoshinewellness.com and tune in very, very specifically to my mentorship. Tune into how I can help you cultivate your own brand and to really gain access and everything that you need in order to be successful. Next, I need you to hear me. You guys have been asking, you have been reviewing, you have been saying, you have been messaging me. You guys want some awesome weekly pump up text from me? Here it is. I want you to text My Life Matters. Yeah, you see how I did that there? That's pretty cool. Text My Life Matters to 31996. Again, text My Life Matters to 31996. You'll get an automatic text back from me, and then you will be in the subscription for weekly pump up texts from me. This was a way for me to just really engage with you guys and give you that motivation that you need. I really, truly want you to understand you're going to hear specifically from me, not a robot, not a computer, not one of my, people that I could hire. I want to be authentic. I want to be me. I want to be raw. And I want you guys to gain access to me. And this was the best way I knew how. In another way, you guys have access to me at Dr. Fit White on Instagram. You get access to me at Mariah Karen White on Facebook. You have access to borntoshinewellness.com. You have access now to the podcast, and now you have a way to text me personally. So again, text My Life Matters to 31996. All right, guys, I want to just dive straight into today's episode, where we're going to talk about just another way of kind of the continuation of just surviving and thriving and growing and becoming acutely aware of your surroundings, especially during this time. Because a lot of times people are hearing what I'm saying in these podcasts and they're like, okay, Mariah, don't survive, thrive. Got it. Okay, Mariah, figure out what your niche is. Got it. And now they're saying, well, I've created this platform. I've created my why. I'm going through the things that I need to. I'm balancing mom life. I'm finding harmony in my relationship. I'm figuring out my air quotes new normal. Now what? Well, a lot of questions are, am I doing enough? Am I giving enough? And I sat there and I really wanted to speak to one of the greatest books of all time that I have personally read. It's called The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. And I really, truly believe that everybody needs to read this. Anybody who is in a place where they want to grow or gain anything. And I'm going to kind of, disclaimer of a little bit of what he talked about. He shared the difference between a millionaire and a beach bum. And he shared the fact that he was both people. Guys, I can share the fact with you that I'm Dr. Mariah White. I'm a proud pediatric nurse practitioner. I am a very certified, incredibly passionate life coach. I have all of the accolades. I have the LLCs. I have the business. I have the podcast. I have a texting communication now. I have all of these things, right? And I could sit there and talk about how I can help you run a 6-figure or even 7-figure business if that's what you want to do. But I'm also the girl in the closet. I'm also the girl who was holding a 9mm gun in my hand 5 years ago and was ready to commit suicide. I was also the girl that talks about being homeless. I was also the girl who was a motherless child. I'm also the girl that can remain connected to who I was long enough to give you purpose and passion to grow. I am not looking to help you just become a robot. I'm not looking for a perfect Barbie doll. And many of you who think you are that, you can go ahead and subscribe if you want, or you can listen to it because you're really not where you think you are. Every single human being has an inner mean guy, mean girl, the little you that struggled with something. Now, there are those of you who have really become amazing at shutting it completely off. And a lot of times it'll be like, well, that was years ago. I'm over it. I'm this. That's great. But also I understand trauma. I understand psychology. I am a medical provider. Not everything can be swept under the rug, but two, if you're doing it, you did it unhealthily. That's not a word, but I just made it up. If you are ignoring those things, it's because you aren't ready to deal with it, or it's just your coping mechanism, which isn't a wrong thing. There are certain traumas in our life that we need to go through therapy and learn how to not allow to come back up. That is correct. However, I feel like, this is my personal opinion, if we stay connected to the little Mariah or the little you, obviously in this example, if we stay connected to that light, it will always burn true to who we are. So regardless of the Mariah in the closet holding a 9mm, ready to make a permanent decision to a temporary problem, or the Dr. Mariah White that I am today, I am both of those people. I have seen failure. I have seen success. I have gone through hardship. I have gone through triumph. And that is what I truly want you to hold into and hold on to so strongly that you propel yourself forward. Because if you're sitting there asking the question, am I giving enough? Am I providing content that allows people to come back and gain something? I need you to go through what you're doing and say, would somebody screenshot this? Would somebody share this with somebody? Would I be giving value to the old me right now? And if you stay in alignment with that, you will see success, because there's two types of people. There's a value-based person or an entitled person. The person that says, how can I help you? Or that says, what have you done lately to help me? I pride myself on the intention of being value-based, and I pride myself on saying, how can I help you? I have had mountains of success in my business where I partner with a company that is near and dear to my heart. We have launched over 4.8 million workouts in the last week. I know what I do to partner with this company helps a lot of people. I had one of my near and dear friends, I don't just call them clients or customers, but one of my near and dear friends shared with me that she is postpartum. Her daughter just turned a year and she has officially lost 64 pounds. Is she one of the top coaches in my network that is booming and bringing in all of this? No, but she's a lifer. This has changed her life. That's what I want. I don't want perfect people to go do the perfect thing. I want people who are really going to make an impact. She makes an impact every time she talks to her mom, her best friend, her buddy on social media if she chooses to, about how this has impacted her. So if I use this reference to a Tumblr, one of my moms that I was her doctor to her daughter, she made a Tumblr for me, and it was a Mama Bear Tumblr. It was beautiful. It had glitter. It's pink. It's one of my favorite Tumblrs. I still use it to this day. And it was a gift. It was a baby shower gift for me. And she was like, hey, share this with people. She gave me her card. I was so glad she did, because I posted it on my Instagram. I talked about it in the office because everyone was so obsessed with this cup. And it was a way for me to share that. So if you as an example of that mom, are passionate about your tumblers and you want to get it out there, you need to say, how is this going to impact a life? What can I put on that tumbler that will connect with her? So for me, Mama Bear and Pink, she referenced that I was having a girl. She knew I was becoming a mom. She knew that I was going to be protective, and she wanted to make sure that I hydrated myself. She made an impact in my life. So whenever I'm in a place where I'm like, man, I'm dehydrated, I think back to that tumbler. How can you, in whatever area that you're doing, your business, give value? Say you're like, Mariah, I'm not doing tumblers. I'm not running a coaching business. But I am really, really passionate about creating a blog to help moms during this quarantine, to figure out really customized ways that they can be creative to really launch their kids in the right direction. I want to make sure that the kids have recess time and workbook time, and they're not just watching the TV all day. How can I make sure that that happens? Well, there's a lot of moms that need that right now. How can you put your presence on social media and put it out there in a way that will capture the eye? How can you send it to an influencer on social media and say, hey, will you share this? I know you don't know me from Adam, but I would love for other people to be attracted to that. I get collaborations all the time. I never shy away from it. If it fits into my brand and who I am as a provider and I believe in it, absolutely. I had one of PTs, a doctor of physical therapy, reach out to me. I was like, hey, I have this awesome therapy gun. I know that everybody hears about Theragun, but I would love to send this to you. And if you want to talk about it, go for it. I'm an athlete. I am sore as hell from the program I'm doing right now. And of course, this would be in alignment with me sharing it. I'm a proud medical professional that believes in holistic therapeutic methods of healing. So yeah, absolutely, I will go ahead and share this. So this is what I'm trying to say to you. Whatever it is where you're like, I'm just trying to create something and I just need help or guidance and I want to be able to make sure that I'm giving back. This is truly for the business-minded entrepreneur, this episode. Yes, 100%. Now, if you're in this place where you're like, Mariah, I listened to you because I want to gain motivation. I'm not looking to start a business. I'm not looking to have a side hustle. I'm not looking to do this. I'm just trying to stay afloat. I need you to go back to the Dr. Mariah White episodes of 2018 and hear what you need to hear. Back then, I didn't talk about COVID, but everything that I talked about is very, very true for today. If you don't have an additional side income and you've been affected by COVID-19, you need to get one. If you're somebody who's working your butt off because you're an essential personnel, but you're like, I am so doggone tired, I can't even think about doing another thing, you need to go listen to those episodes, because regardless, you need to do something, because you don't deserve to be at the beck and call of the government, the beck and call of your job, and you deserve to be just as safe and just as happy and just as at home as everyone else. And guys, this is speaking from someone who is unemployed. Technically, but not technically. I am a passionate coach. I love what I do as a tiny human healer, but as of right now, with the state of a global pandemic, I am unemployed. Never in my wildest dreams did I ever think that somebody who earned a doctorate would ever be in a predicament where they were unable to get a job. Not that I'm unable, but to get it as quickly as what you think. That is what I'm saying. I'm speaking volumes and life into you. What we thought was normal and consistent and constant and a surefire thing, things are changing, guys. If you have an entrepreneurial business right now, you are in better shape than anybody else, because everything is virtual. Everyone needs hands on something. The gyms are closed. I have access to a workout. Nutrition, you can't get it in a GNC. I have access to amazing organic, all natural supplements. You can't touch base with your friends. Well, I have a community of women that you can invite your friends to, and then stay in touch with them, and then get to know other amazing women all over the United States, Canada, United Kingdom, and soon to be France. This is what I'm saying to you, guys. Leap and believe that this can happen. Leap and know that, and trust in who you are and what you are capable of. One thing that I'm so passionate about is that my team, Team Bold and Beautiful, is all about inclusion. It is where women of all different shapes, sizes, races, backgrounds, ethnicities, heritages, and circumstances and zip codes can all come together and feel loved. That's the difference between me and a lot of other coaches. That's the difference between me and a lot of other businesses. That's the difference between Dr. Mariah White and Dr. Sally Joe. There's a reason why patients come to see me and will wait months until I get back from maternity leave to do it. I don't say that to toot my own horn, but I lead with intention. I have passion in my bones that comes out with every word that I speak. And I know that you have that too. And the reason why I know that is because it goes back to what I referenced in the beginning of this episode. Think back to the little you. The little Mariah had this same fire, but somewhere down the road, little Mariah went through homelessness and abuse and toxic relationships and domestic violence and a horrible marriage and a horrible divorce and becoming a single mom and standing on her own 2 feet and going on food stamps and filing for unemployment. Like, all of these things have created me to be the person I am today. I don't sit there and dwell in that, but I recognize that and I use that to propel me forward in such a positive way. But I also share it authentically so that you and I can create a path. I don't ever want to think that there needs to be a gateway to get to me. A lot of people are like, man, Mariah, you responded me on the DMs. I thought, you had bots or you had an assistant. Why? Last time I checked, I bleed red just like you. Doesn't matter how much money I make in this business or how successful I get. I want to connect with you. I don't need there to be a gateway to get to me. I want you to know that. I want you to own that. And I want you to carry that same fire. The little you has a passion, and the little you needs to be tapped into in order for the you of today to become the you of tomorrow that you want to be. You will never get to where you want to be by staying in the midst of comfort and mediocre and the same. Change is the only constant in life. The one thing that hasn't rattled me about COVID is that it's now quarantine. I like being home. I'm a homebody. Obviously, I don't like being trapped at home, but I'm a homebody. But change is inevitable. It's going to happen. In the next 18 months, there's going to be a crap load of another change happening with this global pandemic. Guess what? You got to be ready for it. And if you're not ready for it and you're resisting it, it's going to happen anyway. But I'm telling you, I want you to be on the thriving side and the positive side of this, not the negative. You don't need to survive COVID. You need to thrive from COVID. All right, guys, I hope this episode gave you something to think about, and it gave you some passion to just really think about whether you need to start a business, grow your business, continue to add to your business, or message me because you're like, Mariah, I have all of these ideas, my wheels are spinning, but I don't know where to go. That's the time that you need to reach out to me. So again, guys, before I leave you, if you are such an amazing, devoted listener, you honestly are my heart, but I would love for you to leave a rating or a review if you haven't already. And then don't forget to text My Life Matters to 31996 for some awesome motivational texts. Again, that number is 31996 and text My Life Matters. Because guess what? Your life matters. You are amazing. You are loved. You are worthy. You are needed. And you are more than enough, my friend.
What's up, guys? Thank you for tuning in to yet another episode of the Your Life Matters podcast. I'm so grateful that you're here. I just ask that you share this episode with somebody. I ask you to just share it and give it to somebody who could potentially need to hear this message. I really am on a mission to help hundreds of thousands of people to believe that their mess is their message and that their story really does matter and that above all, their life matters. I'm so grateful that you're here. I want you to share this episode And then on top of that, if you could please leave a rating or a review, or both. Let me know what speaks to you. Let me know what you need to hear. Let me know what you've connected with, because that's going to be the best way that I can make sure that I'm giving you guys exactly what you need. I love you guys with all my heart. I'm so grateful for you, and I want you to know the difference and the impact you guys make in my life. I love seeing your messages. I love seeing when you guys private message me or screenshot it and share it on Instagram or Facebook, because it lets me know that this podcast is doing exactly what it was meant to do. And it's to make sure that there's an impact being made, and to help remind you and everyone else that your life